Yeah, let's talk about Arizona. The Democrat nominee there for governor is being forced to backtrack on a controversial statement that she made. She insinuated that her Republican candidate, Kari Lake, was partially to blame for that break-in that we saw at Hobbs's campaign office.
And you know, mainstream media really went wild and ran with the story, but now it turns out just hours later we learned the culprit was actually a homeless man with a criminal record. Joining us with more details on this story is our correspondent Christina Thompson. Christina, good to see you.
Good to see you guys as well. Now, what's ironic about this is that now Hobbs doesn't want to talk about the office break-in at all. In videos circulating on social media, reporters tried to follow up with her. They were asking her questions over and over for her to comment, but she just kept dodging those questions. She wants to stay silent on it, but that's not the tune she took before that homeless man was caught. Hobbs' campaign manager released a statement after the break-in first happened, insinuating Kari Lake had something to do with it. They sent this out, writing, quote, "A break-in occurred at our campaign headquarters. Let's be clear, for nearly 2 years, Kari Lake and her allies have been spreading dangerous misinformation and inciting threats." Now, many news outlets reported these claims, adding fuel to the fire. But then Phoenix police arrest this guy for the crime. And it turns out that 36-year-old Daniel Mota dos Reis is now accused of breaking into the office on about Monday at 7 p.m. and stealing multiple items. And get this, he was already in police custody because he was being held for a separate break-in at that time. Now, a police officer on Wednesday recognized him from surveillance images and then just rearrested him while he was already in jail, booking him on one count of third-degree burglary. Kari Lake, though, she wasted no time calling an emergency press conference Thursday to get the news out and shame the media who took this story and really ran with it without the facts being correct.
This was the real news yesterday that none of you wanted to cover. We're 11 points up. You're in a frenzied panic because your chosen candidate is not winning. You didn't want to cover this, so you had to run with a completely garbage bullshit story.
Lake then schooled reporters on how that fake news gets spread.
She's pulling stunts, and you guys are falling hook, line, and sinker into it. She puts out a statement about a petty theft that happened at her office. She knew darn well that I had nothing to do with it, so she puts a statement out, and right away, your gatekeepers over at the Arizona Democrat Party jump on it, and they put a statement out, which was the cue to you to go ahead and start running with it. NBC News, an arm of the Democrat Party, was the first to start reporting on it.
All this as Kari Lake does start to pull ahead in the polls for the Arizona governor's election. She's now leading 54% to 43%. Back to you guys.
All right, Christina, thank you so much.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting
the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
for real people.